First was breaking news.
All right, folks, it's a Friday. I greet you. Welcome to another program in the series, Journalist Hangout. I am Citizen Jones Hussein. Now, today on the program, DSS says it has identified sponsors of planned protest, just as Lagos denies report of plans to use Oro to stop the protest. President Tinubu meets with APC governors, traditional rulers, and Islamic clerics over planned protest. But APC's 2023 youngest presidential aspirant, Nicholas Felix, will join us via Zoom for this discussion. And later on, we'll share this with you. INEC chairman expresses readiness to conduct local government elections across Nigeria. But let me report that I'm hanging out today with Calabari-born Ibinabo Dixon. Ibinabo, I greet you.
Good evening, Stacey.
Yeah. Ibinabo, we are joined by Onwa-born but Lagos-bred Charles Ideho. Charles, I greet you too.
Thank you, I appreciate. Thank you, the Buguma lady. I've been to your place before. Very nice place. I ate fish.
Thank you.
And some other mede.
You know.
Oh, so when are you going back there? We don't know. Okay, the team is ready. I hope you are. Okay, our first story. You know, while a planned nationwide protest is a democratic right of citizens, the Department of State Services, the DSS, has confirmed a sinister plan by some elements to infiltrate the protest and use it to cause chaos and extreme violence in the land. Spokesman of the agency, Peter Afunaya, gave the information. Now, in the meantime, the Lagos state government has flatly denied the rumors that it plans to use the Oro festival to stop the planned protest. In Lagos, Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has let it be known that the state government has no involvement whatsoever with the festival plans that coincides with the protest, beginning between the 1st and the 15th of August. Ibinabo, we are at Chije again.
Okay, for me, because a lot of people felt that the planned protest is uncalled for, but I feel that it is constitutional. If you have any grievance, you can aid by a peaceful protest. The problem at this point is how peaceful is going to be the protest, because you have not forgotten in a hurry what happened in 2020, and then that has put a lot of fear in the hearts of people. So many people are planning. They are trying. I mean, there's panic buying already. People are shopping in a hurry. They are scared that probably they don't know what is going to be the outcome. But what I want to say at this point is this: that you cannot be fighting against something you term injustice, and then while on that course, you actually perpetrating what could be termed injustice. So I want to appeal to the Nigerian police force to please be on ground and make sure that, everything is kept within the law. Nobody operates outside of the law.
Yeah.
And also, people, of course, we know that people are always, ready to hijack protests like this. I want to advise.
So they are waiting.
Yes. So I want to advise, because every protest there must be leaders. It must have a face. Who are the people leading you? So the leaders at this point should be responsible, because you cannot go about destroying government property. You are indirectly destroying your own property, because government will spend that money that is not enough for us to replace those destroyed properties. So we are appealing to them that whatever level of protest is going to come up, it has to be peaceful, and I want to...
It has to be tamed.
Tamed.
Yeah.
And I want to assure us, and I'm assuring myself too, that Mr. President is going to be listening, and some changes are going to be expected, and we will experience them very soon.
Yeah, Charles, you know, in America, you are familiar with what's going on there. The director of the FBI director, Christopher Wray, faced the
music. Or
faced the House of
the
House in America, and told them things about the plan, the attempted, plan to assassinate former President Trump.
Yes.
So, in like manner, Nigeria's equivalent of the FBI, the DSS, is saying it knows some folks are planning to
cause mayhem
and chaos.
Apart from that,
what Zebediah will refer to as chaos.
Chaos, yes. Well, it's fine. I've met him before, Afunanya, fine gentleman. But there are certain things he said in. I read his statement. One aspect that I find very disturbing is where he said that the protest is aimed at a regime change. But I don't think, I beg to disagree with him. I mean, there have been protests
Charles, but you are not privy to the facts.
I
No, but you are not privy to the facts before him.
Well, you see, I'm using the precedent. I'm using precedent because I'm going to be citing some precedents before now. I mean, protest in Nigeria is not new to us. We have had labor protests even during the days of Oshomole, days even Ayuba Waba, and before Joe Ajira and all that.
No, you have forgotten October 2020.
No,
2020.
Okay. That's the NSAS protest. Well, protest is not whenever protest is mentioned in Nigeria, because of what Ibn Abbas said, people become apprehensive. Protest naturally is not riot. Protest and riot are different. You understand? When there is a protest is to raise your grievances against certain policies of government or certain ills in the society. I mean, people can decide to carry placards also to say, I mean, we've seen they will not go agree. We had protests in the past about students complaining about maybe increased school fees in universities and then the authorities will always come out to say, okay, let's look at your grievances and see what we can do in order to mitigate. That's what protest is supposed to be about.
You are talking about the grievance, the students' grievance over
policies.
Ibn Abbas, please excuse me for saying this. The increase was from 25 kobo to 50 kobo.
Okay.
And the students...
We did it during my time in the 80s, when I was secondary school, as a young boy. I remember when I started secondary school, the boarding fees that I met was 30 naira per term. All right? That was when we were in class 1 when the government of UPN, right, came in, and then free education was declared and all that. But again, the boarding fees was not free. We were paying 30 naira. Before you knew it, they increased it by 10 naira. And then the school said, no, there was a protest. And then they reversed it later.
Thank you. Even about Lagos State government has come out categorically through the first citizen of the state. The government has nothing to do with the Oro Festival, whose outing was planned to coincide with the 1st and 15th of August.
I want to also say this because there are some actions that, should they play out, people are going to misconceive the truths of the mind and plans of the Lagos State governor. So what I think he should do at this point is, apart from saying that he doesn't have anything to do with it, he has to talk with the people involved, those who might want to come out with the Oro.
But let me let you know that the Oro Festival would not come out in the afternoon.
What?
And traditionally, you, a woman, are not supposed to see the Oro.
Including you and I, because we are not at
first.
Women are non-participants. Women are non-participants. Women are all non-indigenous. Even you and I can also see it.
Charles, we can't split hairs over that. Go on, madam.
Okay, so I feel that there has to be some discussion, because we don't want the people who are coming out to peacefully protest, to
be entangled
with
traditional things.
Yes, we don't want it escalated.
Because the moment, they are two different
moment they have the perception that the governor is trying to play a fast one on them, it might degenerate into something else. We don't want that.
Yeah. Of course, you know, my country, your country is a country of
religion.
What do you call it? Okay. And I got you first time.
But for me, if you don't...
a country of conspiracy theories.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. But for me, I think...
you are not theorizing.
No. There are two angles to this. On the one hand is the Oro Festival. Because I once edited a culture magazine, which of course gave me the privilege to actually deeper into the culture. I traveled to some place in Africa concerning this issue of culture and traditions. So what I understand by Oro is not something we just by fiat declare. Okay, it's an annual event. But there are occasions where you can declare when there's a death of a monarch of a particular community, or maybe a highly placed chief or something. They can do Oro is like a day of money or something, or a period of money. Okay, to mourn the bereaved, or no, to mourn the departed and all that. So what we are saying here is that Lagos state government, I don't think there's any nexus between a state government asking the traditional institutions to go. It's like Christmas or Ilea, for instance. Okay, because people want to protest, Lagos says, okay, let us do Ilea or let us do Christmas to coincide. So for me, I think...
Don't bring Ilea in. Let's talk about Oro.
No, what I'm saying first is that it is also like what our friend Akosile said. Lagos state government has something to do. It doesn't influence all these festivals and their dates.
Yeah.
Lagos state government, okay, for instance, want to do Christmas. You say, okay, Christmas is going to be from 1st of August to 15th, because they're going to be protest. We say Lagos state government will say, okay, they should postpone Christmas.
All right.
So for me, there must be a way to understand that, as you said, it's a nocturnal activity.
Yeah.
So, and I think that protests will not exceed maybe 6 p.m. Exactly. So there must be a way they can run Paris Passo. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Time. Let's go to our second story. You know, as I said a while back, in a democracy, a planned protest where citizens vent their emotions as a result of harsh conditions is allowed, but then it is expectedly done according to the law. So ahead of the planned nationwide protest slated for August the 1st, the President and Commander-in-Chief Bola Ahmed Tinubu held separate meetings with governors on the platform of the All Progressives Congress, APC, traditional rulers from around the country, and Islamic clerics. Now, the meetings are believed to be part of efforts to prevent a breakdown of law and order as young Nigerians gear up for the nationwide protest. Now, the traditional fathers are not against the planned protest, but they want it to be civil, Charles.
Yes, I also want to be civil. And it's also good that the government is reaching out to non-state actors, like the traditional rulers, leaders of thought, of course, the religious leaders. Because these people, they command some, I mean, if more than a modicum level of influence over their either adherents or their faithful. So, but I think what government is doing is, okay, as I said, reaching out to people. But again, when you are asking if a boy is crying, or if your child is crying, and the child is saying, this is what I want, as you are appeasing the child, if you will, then what the child says he wants, then the child must see you doing that thing that
because
over.
The child is impressionable.
Yes. So what government is saying, what government is doing, like what some government officials said, that we should be patient because government has started putting things in place. So let government actually, expedite actions, even if it's not long-term things they must put in place. I mean, there are some things you can see immediately, so that let them put them in place. I'm sure by the time the citizen will begin to see all these short-term plans of government, but they may say, indeed, government is on the path to doing things for us as a country.
But how do you weigh in here?
I agree with Chase because I read a story where the Emir of Zazzau, Ahmed Bamali, he said insecurity is our #1 problem because a lot of farmers have been sacked from their farms, even from their homes, due to the activities of all of these bandits and all of that. So if the government can make sure that farmers can go back to the farms, and also let them look at, you know, the agri value chain, and look into the issues affecting this value chain. And also there's something we are not looking at, and that is, you know, we've always talked about Nigeria being a consumer nation, we're not exporting and everything.
Yes.
But in the agri sector, some private farmers are exporting. And at this point where the farmers who would have, flooded the market with their farm produce have been sacked from their farms, these big farmers are exporting. They're not considering the local market. I went to a particular market where there's this convergence of Gary sellers, and the market was scanty. And what they said was, madam, people where they sell us cassava, then they carry and go sell for outside of Nigeria. And that was very, that is worrisome.
Instructive.
So there has to be a measure to put control on what they export. Yes, they are the owners of their farms and everything, but because we are going through a very harsh period now, they must be very considerate and consider the local market. You can't just pack all your, farm produce and then export everything.
Yeah, more like putting all your eggs in one basket.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay. All right, we are joined now via Zoom by a gentleman you want to meet and greet.